Well, hello. The wind's blowing. Or it's a ghost, I don't know. Anyway, it's not a ghost. I was asked to do a video specifically on a couple of things by a new subscriber, and I am so glad to have you on board. Let's see. Talk about our president. My feelings on the president, let me just tell you. I've been a fan of Donald Trump since way back. I mean, like 2003, 2004, something like that. Back when Fred Thompson was alive, I don't know if you remember him. He ran for president at one time, and I voted for him, but he didn't make it, and I was very upset because Fred Thompson was the kind of guy that Donald Trump is today. I think only not as rich and without the beautiful wife stuff. Anyway, Fred Thompson was a Ronald Reagan president. I feel like Trump is a Ronald Reagan president. To me, Ronald Reagan he's the bar to be measured by as far as presidents go because he had balls. Okay, I don't know. He's got courage. I don't know the good word to say for what it is, but he's not afraid. I think that being like the number one country in the world takes a leader with no fear or with courage to and bravery to go beyond your fears and not let your fears stop you. Because here's the thing: when you start bowing down to other countries, when you start allowing things to happen, things are going to happen if you allow them. But you should not allow some things because let me tell you, and I don't know how it is overseas, but I've been seeing some news, and let me tell you about this Muslim invasion people are so upset about. There's a bunch of them here, and they are all over the place. They're buying stores left and right. And they own hotels. They own, I don't know, the hotel ones might not be Muslim. They may be Hindu or something. Anyway, these suckers, they own stores, the convenience stores. That's what mostly it is. And all that money that they're making, it goes into the mail back to their homeland or whatever you want to call it, wherever they come from. In turn, it funds terrorism. Now, I believe that wholeheartedly with my entire life. I believe that. Most people may not, but that's the way I feel, and that's the way I'm gonna stay because that's just the way it is. But anyway, if you don't have a leader that'll stand up and say, listen, you when you come over here, you toe the line or you get the heck out. Okay? That's the way I feel about it. And I know that he's fighting a losing battle with all this because the Democratic side is not supporting him at all, and they're every chance they get, they're trying to get him not only impeached but jailed for every little thing that he does. And it's hard, and especially when your own party is fighting against you. The Republican Party has slipped to an all-time low. We have like maybe 10 Republicans that I respect in our government, and that counts Mississippi's state government as well. When you got, you know, when you're having to sit down with a group of people daily and try to figure out stuff to get around the blockades that the Democrats are putting up, it's hard to keep charging forward and doing the right thing when you have to keep bobbing and weaving to get around all these obstacles and everything. But I've been a fan for a long time. I knew a long time ago that we don't need a politician running this company. We need a businessman, a successful businessman. Back in the day, I was like, why is Sam Walton not running America? I mean, he built Walmart into what it is today. Them suckers is everywhere. There's not much more successful than Walmart. And so the guy that's, you know, in charge of Walmart should be in charge of the country, you know? And not as much like in charge, but just running the business. Because running a country is very much like running a business, I think, because, you know, it's all about money to all these people, and you need somebody that's going to make money. Because there's a $21 trillion debt that needs to be done something with, and if anybody can make a $21 trillion to pay off a debt, it will be Sam Walton or Donald Trump. Now, if the Democrats would get out of their way, we'd have something done. There'd be, you know, we'd cut that debt in half easy. And then, you know, the man's got some good thoughts. He won't back down. He's gonna keep going. He don't have anything to fear. I mean, you know, what they gonna do? Fire him? He's still gonna be a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? So get the job done. That's what he wants to do, you know. Get in there and make money for America. He's already got the job rate. Oh my gosh, the joblessness rate is dwindling. More people are working than ever before in the last, you know, I don't know, 16 years. My goodness. And anyway, I think he's doing a great job. I wish that they'd get off his back and let him do the work that he got elected to do. It's like if me and you was running, if me and you was trying to get the same job, let's say there's a ditch digger, okay? We want to dig ditches. You want that job and I want that job. So we go to the boss and we say, listen, we want this job, you know, and he's like, well, I tell you what I'm going to do. All the rest of the people that work here, we're going to vote and see which one that they want in here. Well, all the rest of the people, you know, it's split pretty even, but one person more voted for, say, you. And so you got the job. Well, let's say that you're a really great ditch digger, okay? And you can dig the bestest ditches ever. And you're in there digging, I'm talking about getting with it, and you're digging. But here I'm upset about it. Me and my people that voted for me to be the ditch digger. All of us are upset about it. And instead of going ahead and doing our job, or them doing their job and me going and finding another job, instead of that, we spend all day long, all 8 hours of our shift, throwing dirt back in your ditch. And so instead of you being able to make progress, you keep having to go back and get the dirt we kicked back in the ditch out. And so you can't keep going forward because you're constantly having to go back and fix what we tore up. Well, it's the same thing with Trump, you know. That's just the way I feel about it, because the Democrats keep kicking the dirt back in his ditch. And it's hard to walk forward or it's hard to keep digging the ditch forward when he's got to constantly be dodging back and kicking the dirt back out that y'all kicked back in to keep a good ditch, keep a good America. And so, anyway, we need to stand up and keep these people out of America. We need to get rid of the ones that are here. The ones like that are destroying England and Great Britain and the UK and all that. The ones that are ruining Germany, you know, those refugees they called themselves, but really they're just, you know, military-aged men in great shape. They're showing up for some reason. There are very few women, very few children, and, you know, they're like 95%, you know, military-aged men who are trained in combat and ready to take over whatever country they're in. I don't know if y'all notice that, but I do. And so anyway, we got to keep that out, and I hope that Trump is able to do that. And I know that I'm going to do my best to support him every which way I can. And anyway, so let's talk about something else that I was asked to talk about in this second half of my video. Let's talk about religion. Not only should we talk about religion, but we're going to talk about my spirituality, and also my pure Dio, just love of Christ. Because I think that's more important than any religion. I think that's more important than any spirituality or whatever. If you believe in God, I don't care what denomination you are. If you're you know, Methodist or Presbyterian or whatever, you know, all that stuff don't matter. There ain't no denominations in heaven. Only thing that's going to be in heaven is people who trust in Jesus as their Savior. Only. No amount of money, no amount of dedication to a church, no amount of good deeds are going to do anything in heaven for you. The only thing that counts is your total commitment and belief that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. I don't believe that getting dipped in the water is going to make any difference in heaven. I think that getting dipped in the water and getting baptized is just for showing people here on earth that you are what you say you are. But being raised in the South, the southern United States, you know, back when I was growing up, I'm 46 years old. And back in the day and on back, everybody in the South was Christians, I guess, of some sort. I feel like most of them was Baptist, but, you know, there's a lot of others, Methodist and all those other things. But anyway, Yep. I don't hold anything against other religions. It's not the religions that I'm against or anything. I mean, there's some weird ones out there, but like if atheists are is atheism a religion? I don't know. Maybe it's a total lack of religion. But anyway, if you don't believe in God, I'm not going to be angry at you. I'm not going to treat you any different than I would treat anybody else. Because, you know, you have a right to believe anything you want to believe in this country. And as long as you're not trying to hurt me or my family or, you know, my friends or whatever, if you're not trying to take human life or do something evil, hey, I'm going to let you be. I'm going to tell you that I love God, and I'm going to tell you that, you know, you should too. But, you know, I ain't going to argue with you. I'll say, okay, you believe what you want to, that's fine. And go on about your business. And I'm going to go on about mine, you know. But even people that are atheists, if something happens to them, like if they sneeze, I'm going to say, God bless you. If they get hurt and they're my friends and family or something, and they get hurt, I'm going to pray for them. And you know what? If you're an atheist, I'm going to pray for you anyway. And go, you know. But anyway, you know, I try to pray for the sick and the destitute and the worse off than I. And so, you know, because it helps. And let me tell you, as far as I'm concerned, I'm one of those types that I need to be helping somebody. That's the thing that I need to do. I don't know why, but I just got it in me that I need to help. I need to help people. I need to do something to make the world better. And I can't be out there physically doing it 24/7, but I can say a prayer more often than I can do physical help for people. And so that makes me feel better. And so that's just the way it is for me. I'd like to know about all of y'all. I'd like to know what y'all's thoughts are on both of those subjects, you know, religion and Trump. I love people. It's just the way I've always been since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. I love people. And I don't want them to hurt. I don't want them to suffer, because I know what hurt and suffer is, you know. And I feel like everybody that's been in that kind of spot understands, and they have empathy and sympathy both for other people that are hurt and suffering. And so we try to keep other people from doing it. Even if we are still hurting or suffering, we try to throw everybody else out of the hole, you know, even if we don't get thrown out of the hole either. You know, we try to get everybody else out of the bad and into the good, even if we can't get there ourselves, you know. Anyway, Jesus said there in the Bible, I don't know the exact words, but he said something to the effect of, whatever you do for your fellow man, you do also for me. And for a man that died for my sins, to cleanse my sins away in the eyes of his Father, for a man that died and suffered such a terrible, terrible death and torture before it, I should do anything and everything I can for him, because he sacrificed it all for me. Why can't I sacrifice for him? You know. And I'm the type of guy, and I know there's a lot of us out there, I'm the type of guy that when it comes down to it, I'm going to sacrifice it all too for him. when the Muslim kill squads or whatever they are come through and say, you know, denounce God or Christianity or whatever, and we'll let you live, or we'll kill you. You know, I'm gonna be like, it's gonna take more than you, little man. So bring it, because I'm gonna go into full-on attack mode and just cut loose with everything I got. And if they kill me, they kill me. But I'm gonna take a few of them with me. I ain't going alone. And when I go, I'm going up, and when they go, they're going down. So yep. So it's like, to live is life, but for me to die is blessing. I just believe that. I believe that, hey, I don't fear death, because death is going to be a wonderful thing for me, because I'm going to heaven. And it's a lot better than what I'm doing now. I love my Susie, and I love my friends and family. I love y'all with all my heart. But I sure would like to be in heaven, I'm going to tell you. And I know that my friends and family, if they care about me, they'll want to be with me again. And they're going to, do their best to be a good person and get to heaven. And the only way to do that is to totally 100% believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. And so that's just the way I feel about it. And I try not to trust too many preachers. I trust a few, but most of the ones on TV, most of the ones you see driving, $100,000 cars and flying around in multi-million-dollar helicopters, living in multi-million-dollar mansions. I don't trust them people. They're not Christians. They're not preachers. They're charlatans. They're scam artists. They're con men. And nothing will ever change my mind about that, because I'm gonna tell you, Jesus never had $1 million. None of the disciples ever had $1 million. None of them ever had anything. Never had a pot or to pee in, or a window to throw it out of, as Daddy would say sometimes, only with more vulgar kind of language. But yeah, that's the way. I would love to have nice things. Don't get me wrong. If I was a millionaire, I would have some really nice stuff. But let me tell you what I would do also is I would be making sure that everybody I loved and cared for were cared for. I wouldn't just be sitting back in my mansion making more and more money. I'd be out trying to give all that money away. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's how I feel on religion and spirituality and that stuff. So anyway, I hope that I've answered some questions. And if I hadn't, get specific with me, and I'll try to do better next time. If you have any kind of questions that you'd like to have my, point of view on, just ask. I don't mind. I'll talk about anything. There is no subject that I will not talk about with y'all, because that's what I'm here for. I mainly started doing all this just to talk about my weight loss. But very few people are really interested in that. There's so many other people that are weight loss, channels or whatever, that are so much better than me. And anyway, everybody's better at everything on here than I am, so I just sit here and talk like an idiot, you know. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'll talk to y'all later. I love you.